In this video, I'm going to show you how to post-process a gear stage for my latest invention, the tiny toroidal twist fan. So the only additional hardware you need are M1x8mm dowel pins or equivalent. You could also use 1mm music wire that you cut to 8mm length. That's what I did when I was prototyping. And it helps to have a 1mm drill bit and a pin vise to use it. And you definitely want some either mineral oil or light machine oil to lubricate the gears. So we're going to start by printing the gear stage and the carrier, and let's take them off the print bed. Now, it's normal for the gears to be lightly fused together, so don't worry, that's normal. So we'll start with the carrier. Now, this has 6 holes, and we're going to want to insert pins, and these pins are what's going to drive the planet gears. So we want these to be as straight as possible. And we want them a tight fit so they're not bouncing around in there. So see if you could insert the pin. This one goes in, but not all the way. Sometimes it'll go in all the way. Like this one went in all the way. So we'll just keep inserting the pins. That one didn't go in all the way, but we could probably push it in. So this is where the 1mm drill bit comes in handy. You can clean up the small holes. Don't overdo it. Don't make them oversized. You still want them to be a press fit. So we'll just clean up the holes. And now let's get the pins inserted. So once they're inserted, you can push it down to make them all even. And then you'll see you'll want to put them in here, but we need the holes here to be a loose fit so they could spin. So we'll again use the pin vise to clean up the holes. It's hard to 3D print tiny holes because any little bit of stray plastic can plug them. So you also have to print them oversized. So we'll get these cleaned up, but we don't want to press fit. We want a loose fit. So we'll kind of just carefully roll the drill bit around to kind of expand it a little bit more. We also don't want them so loose that they can tilt, so just enough to get a good loose fit. So we can test it by inserting the carrier, and goes in, but it's not as loose as it needs to be. So we'll go back and we'll clean up the holes that felt a little tight. When I was prototyping with the music wire, I had a piece of music wire that had an angled end on its tip, and that's what I was using to clean up the holes. So you don't need the drill bit or the pin vise, but certainly makes the process go a lot smoother. All right, so let's test fit it again. That's better. It's just a couple holes that could be a little bit loose. Okay, so now these are fused, so that's normal. Don't be alarmed. Just kind of bend them back and forth on each gear. You'll hear some creaking noises. And then reach in, pinch the spline, and then twist. And now you've broken them free. So you just want to spend a little bit of time spinning them around, pushing down on it a little bit, wiggling it, pulling it a little bit. Just kind of get them free. And then the fastest way that I found is to insert the pins from the carrier in there and just go back and forth. And then the key is angle one side slightly and then just grind a little bit. And you can hear it's taking off the high spots. Then switch to the next set of 2 pins and go back and forth. And the next 2. The next 2. You don't want to put so much pressure on there that you bend the pins. And if you feel it binding, kind of back off a little bit and just go over the high spot, till it starts to smooth out. And just do this for a little bit. So once things are spinning and you're happy with the result, you could move on to the lubrication step. I just want to get this little high spot off here. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's try spinning it. And then just grab, mineral oil. I have mine in a syringe bottle just because it's easier to apply a tiny drop. And just go in between each gear. Put a little drop. The oiling is essential. You definitely need to oil it. You can hear a difference and you could feel the difference. So that's okay. That's a loose fit. That's exactly the kind of loose fit that we wanted. So they could turn in there. So this is how you break in a gear stage with a carrier.